Herzlich willkommen bei eines neues episode. Some kind of German. But today we're going to discuss Chainlink and Tezos and the coins that I've been discussing earlier this week, which are Cedar and Cartesi. Also, if you enjoy my content, please like beneath or subscribe to the channel. Also follow me on Instagram. Cool stuff coming up. Finally going to watch for a new house. I'm more than excited about that, to just finally get going with content and be there for you and fucking moon this YouTube thingy, as I think we can become widespread with content and information, and also with what we can do basically. Chainlink today. I've written an article on Cointelegraph. So let's find that. Cointelegraph, you can find my articles. Well, the last one didn't get too many views, as you can see. I will just say that it's the editor's fault with his title. But you can see that I'm writing articles there 3 or 4 times a week. And the last one was about Chainlink, and we're going to discuss that one in this video through basically just finding new entry zones and how to trade this one. As fun part is, during this period when I was stating that we should be getting down for some support tests, people flamed me and some accused me of even having a partnership with Zeus. Well, I didn't know shit about Zeus, and I generally don't partner up at all. If I partner up, then you probably know. Well, I've got 2 partnerships. One is Cointelegraph, and the second one is the partner that I'm going to have at my office right now, which is Miet, a Dutch guy who's doing workshops in crypto, and we're going to build that part further together. And there are more partnerships coming up, all Dutch. And some really cool projects and stuff that can actually be helpful for you guys as well. So we did get the support test, as we can see. The overall block or level, it doesn't really matter too much how you define this support level, but overall this complete block should be one of the signals or factors that you see on the chart that is an essential support level. Usually the price doesn't come down there in one go, but we can see that we first tested the first one and then rejected previous support for resistance, and then we came down towards that level. Does that mean that we go moonish in one go? No, obviously not, but we have tested the support and we have seen a big surge after. There's still a level that is untested. Essentially, normally every level gets tested, as you can see in the chart. So it seems likely that at some point, when probably Bitcoin starts to rally heavily, we even come back down here to just test the level before we continue making the movements. And overall, Chainlink is one of those very bullish coins that's doing relatively well. Then we go towards the 4-hour chart, in which we can see that I will just erase some of the squigglies. We can essentially see that we are making nice higher lows. We tested the level here for support. We confirmed double bottom test. OB higher low construction after we got rejected at this level. Another test, and then we started to rally upwards heavily through the next OB and previous support, which confirmed for resistance. Then after this test, we also see that the previous support got claimed for support again. And if you watch my videos, I was anticipating a further downwards move, and I was expecting that we might be even going down towards the perfect entry here, around 68,000 sats. But not every time it's providing that entry, and in this case I got TP'd at like 76,000 sats, and I did not get the second part of the trade. But the lesson is, in trading, I don't give a shit what the price is going to do. I've made my profits and I move on. So in this case, we saw that we held this level and we continued to rally towards the next level and next block. And the price overshot a little, which is okay. We also flipped the previous resistance for support over here. And what is crucial right now, and then we're going towards the 2-hour time frame. Let's first do the 4-hour time. You can see a small OB here. So if we start to zoom in, what is crucial to hold right now, and we have tested it already, that's the level between 82,000 to 83,000 sats. So this area is crucial to hold. If we do hold the level, it seems very likely that we're going to test any of these higher levels over here, which is, in this case, it seems very likely that we're going to test the highs between 93,000 and 95,000. However, if we do lose the support, we get a confirmed bearish divergence, we make a lower low, and then we most likely lose the blue area or green area at 82.5, and then the next area for significance is 75,000 sats. So how do you define an entry based on the smaller time frames? Well, you are going to look for these levels. The most aggressive approach you want to take, and if you missed Chainlink, is taking the entry around 82,000, and then you have a very short stop. The second entry you want to have is around 75,000 sats. That's a more less aggressive approach, more secure approach, but you should be aware that if we drop down and reject at 82.5 to 83, you should be aware of taking some partial profits which you can use for an add-on. Next, if we lose 75, which can also still be a case in which we are just going to consolidate and make compression, then you're going to look for the range lows around 66 to 62,000 sats, maybe even a low towards 53. So that's a very easy gameplay, right? So that's Chainlink on the BTC pair. If we use Chainlink on the USDT pair, we can see that we've got a completely different structure, as we just have witnessed a new all-time high. And that's great, as now we are in price discovery, and now it's very hard to measure any targets. So we're just going to chart this one through, starting off from the beginning, and see what the levels are. Well, we can see that we broke the resistance at $5. We started to rally heavily, and we couldn't really get any test of the $5 level yet. In USDT levels, not every level gets tested. BTC is more clear. For instance, we didn't get a retest here either. So what we see here is that during this run we got a small OB which got tested for support, and then we got a rejection here as well. So that's all fine. But the more clean one is that we got a support resistance flip off the $6.50 level. So you probably have based your entries based on the support around $7 to $6.50, which you stop beneath $6, whatever that is. So we held these levels for support, so then we can color them green. And then we rallied further up towards the new TP. What is the next levels to be holding for support? Which is the previous high at 870, and we might wick towards 832. So then we get towards the block we can see here. This is the crucial area we want to see sustain a support. If we get a correction, which seems likely that we get one, if we do get that correction, I'll be looking for longs in the area over here. Second thing I want to say is that if something is trending upwards, I'm more or less looking for buy the dip approaches rather than shorting, as shorting an upwards trend can continue rallying in very extreme RSI numbers or very extreme price action, and you can get punished for that move. So I prefer to just look for buy the dip approaches, and if something retraces and I didn't get the short, oh well, whatever. We are in a bullish momentum right now, bull market probably. So in that case, I would not be looking for any shorts heavily, regardless of any short hedges. But the crucial area is between 835 to 870. That's the area that I'll be looking for longs, and you can see in the whole structure in the previous one that we all test these levels before we continue to move. So how do we define any TP or next target zones? Well, we can do that through the Fibonacci extension tool, which measures from the low we're going to make towards the previous high, and then we can target 1090 and 1240. Let's make some small boxes if we get this is less measurable than the one that I'm going to do now, which is from the recent low towards the recent high. We can measure the exact same targets, and then we get towards the zones that we want to get, which is essentially 1050 to 1080 and 1250 to 1290, which are the next target zones. So we did that as well on the rally previously, and we got pretty nice close towards the TPs. And essentially, since the previous one, we actually measured that $10 would have been the next target zone, and we got quite close. So Fibonacci extension tool is nice to use for any TPs. If it overshoots further than the TP, who cares? So then Tezos, and I'll try to get the right one. Yeah, Tezos. Tezos is essentially doing what we want it to be doing. It held support and currently is fighting resistance zone. This did not occur. Unfortunately, we lost support. So in this case, we can see that we are still stuck in a range. We held support nicely, and now we are fighting mid-range, through which we are going to determine where we can find support. Essentially, if we break up and flip the 2900 level for support, that's the next target or rally towards the range highs and a very easy long. Right now it's mid-range, so you're going to look for lower time frame long entries, which are essentially based from previous price levels, which is around 2700. This area you want to look for longs between 2630 to 2700, and then we're going to compress, and then the next TPs you want to take are the ones at 32 to 34 to 36. Very easy TPs you can take and measure from here. XTZ USDT, we also discussed this one. Might be getting some lower time frame consolidation or retracement movements, but overall this is looking like it's going to rally further up. A very bullish price structure, deep wicks, which means that buyers are very eager to step in. Held support, might be flipping the $3 level already and not even providing a red drip towards 295. If we do clear 325, I'm assuming we're going to rally towards 360 to 370. So very easy play of support levels. I mean, very easy plays. Then the coins that we have been discussing earlier this week as coins that I'm watching heavily, which are Cala Network, Cartesi. Cala Network level to hold is the level we are holding here, and we did bounce up. We might be consolidating some more before we start to continue showing strength. This coin is above the 100-day and 200-day MA for the first time since listing. So there is much more to come, and my TPs are generally just very high from here. And also Elrond has been showing what it can do after it got above the 100-day and 200-day MA. Silica showed what it can do when it gets above, which is now stuck in between levels. I'll just post a new TA on this one. Then the final one, Cartesi, which is essentially following the squiggly. Held support once again, which is obviously wonderful. Now I'm going to erase the MA so we can actually get some more going. Got into a resistance zone here. Essentially you do want to see 520 hold. If 520 doesn't hold, I think we might be dropping towards 477, and then we essentially continue the squiggly. When we get compression, I think the next breakout will be heavy, and then we go towards like 1100 sets. So these two coins are still on my eyes. I hope you've enjoyed this video regarding Chainlink and TA behind it. If you did like, please like beneath. If you want to subscribe, please subscribe beneath and check out my Instagram. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll be back tomorrow with some beginners tips and tricks.